and welcome to the Ain't Nobody Got the Money for That guide to bullet journals. If you're unaware, bullet journals are normally the ones with the dots, but I will be using regular journals, aka the one with lines. Let's jump right in. For 2019, I decided to do a theme for all the important people in my life when it became their birth month, but I don't know anyone who's born in August, so I asked for suggestions. I received a list of popular books throughout history from my good friend Christian. Hey, Siege! I thought it would be an awesome idea to do a year's theme of it. I hope you don't mind, Christian. But I was inspired to do my favorite books. While I was doing this bullet journal, I listened to Homer's Odyssey by Gwen Cooper. It was amazing. I think you should go check it out. But then again, I'm kind of biased. I incorporated arrows for this month since the journal that I picked out had some on its cover and in its pages. I got a little bit lazy, so I printed out the book titles. For the calendar, I decided to make larger squares because I got tired of having to write small for really busy days. I kept the writing task for the weekly planners because I thought it was really awesome for breaking down really large projects. So I'm trying something new. I'm putting all of my trackers onto one page per day to try and see if this can help. I was advised by this by a friend. So I have my sleeping tracker, my food tracker, and everything else. I also added what have I learned and then question of the days along with my gratitude journals. Here I'm putting in the weekly progress tracker since I couldn't fit it in. So I just made a note on every 7 days. And I'm trying to stay relevant on social media. I'm also adding the on-the-shelf projects. Here I'm doing something new with adding a key. I'm also adding a lot more checklists at the end. And Delilah comes to check me out. So for this journal, it had arrows, so that's why I had an arrow shooting through a book. I do not suggest anyone shoots their book with arrows. And I did my 4 main book covers that I just printed off because I'm also lazy. Here is my calendar for the month, and as you can see, Homer's Odyssey became one of my favorite books, so it got a place in the empty space right here. I'm still doing the lunar calendars, but I still don't trust myself to draw all the moon phases, so I'm still printing them out. Thank you, whoever makes them. I just looked them up online. And I'm still keeping this weekly spread with the WT meaning writer task or writing task. And I'm trying to do 1 writing task per day so then I can be productive. So this is the Secret Garden. I thought it was a really cool book when I was a kid and still has a nostalgia factor. And then Ender's Game, I really like the ending to it. I decided to try and do something new. So normally for progress trackers, I try 1 whole page for all the things I'm trying to accomplish, but I decided to try and do a page per day. So I drew out this, which is my normal to-dos, which will be on my normal progress tracker, and then I took a picture of it and then printed out 30 more of these. So that's why it's a slightly different color. I didn't quite know how to get it this bright white, but you live and you learn. So I'm also trying to be more accessible on social media. So I have an author, stay there. I have an author Instagram, Twitter, Facebook, and then a channel Twitter and a channel Instagram, but I'm more active on the Instagrams. Everything will be in the description box below. Also, I have a little area for ideas of posts because I think that from the half videos that I watched, you should post at least weekly. So, on my daily progress trackers, every 7th day I said to go look at the weekly progress tracker. And I drew a little symbol for each one of my favorite books. So, The Hunger Games, Life of Pi, Jurassic Park, Warrior series, and then Ender's Game. Get out there. And then I did a simpler tactic where I just took a picture of it and then printed it out. I also brought back the on the shelf that I forgot to have in July. Whoopsie. So for my writing to do page, I have this master list to do on this app on my phone that's called Colored Notes. And in the version that I have, because I've seen different versions of it, there are pastel colors and then normal version of the colors. So for the normal version of the color, I have my pressing writer to-dos, which will make it on this to-do list, which is treated more as a monthly to-do list than anything else. And then the pastel version of the colors is kind of the non-pressing matters, but ones that I should still keep in mind that will eventually hopefully become the normal colors and then hopefully make it on a to-do list for a month. Also for this word counts page, I decided to include a key because it was getting a little bit hard for me to try and keep track of where my word counts were, especially if I finished one piece and then was starting another. So I know that Stephen King says not to do this, but sometimes I do work on multiple pieces at once. Just because I want to get down ideas that I have for a piece before I forget them. So I made a little area for a key, and I think I'm just using highlighters right now in my July spread. And then I'll write down what abbreviation for the name. So this page is also new. There's a lot of new things in August. August is like a whole new world. So these are the things that will happen weekly that I probably need to keep in mind. So that's why I have like this week and then extra things. So for example, I go to this writing group on Tuesdays, and then as of currently, I meet another writing group on Wednesdays. So just to keep like those in track, just so then I kind of know what day it is and what I should keep in mind for that day. I'm also doing another morning and night routine, but as you see, 'tis empty. It was empty in July as well, and it's because I'm still working out the kinks on what exactly works for me and exactly how long everything should take. I've been watching a lot of videos on how to be more productive with your time, and there was one person that I found, who I'll probably link in the description, because I don't remember his name off the top of my head right now, who actually said to time yourself while trying to do all these tasks. I think that's what kind of kept me from trying to do things in the past, is I didn't know how long it was going to take me to do, and then I got frustrated when I couldn't do them in the time I allowed myself, because I was like, if I was trying to do a 30-minute task in 10 minutes because I didn't quite realize it would take me 30 minutes because I never timed myself, then it was getting a little frustrating. And here is going to be my fall semester schedule, to where I will map out. So I did from 9 a.m. to 9 p.m. and I didn't write that AMs or PMs. To where like I have little blocks. I got this from Caitlin's Corner. Really awesome bullet journal YouTuber. So I'm gonna try and block out when I'm in class and when I should study. And then I have the office, a little area for all the office hours of my professors. And then I'm going to have a master due date list. Due late. I'm already expecting to turn in things late. Just so then I kind of know where I am, because one of the things that I was having problems with my bullet journals is that since I'm using them in my actual writing journals, I was kind of having an issue where I was coming across where like it was a new month, and if something was due on the 1st of the month, I was kind of taken off guard because it was not mentioned in my previous journal unless I actually went looking for it in the upcoming dates. I still have my gifts, and then when I got them page, and then my expenses page, my rage page. I didn't come up with a fancy idea. I tried to play off of the Hunger Games, but rage page sounds okay. This is basically where I get angry. I will write it out so then I can be calm if I have to confront people about whatever wronged me. And then my off my chest, which is my page for just getting things that bother me off of my chest. And then this area is also a little bit newish. I have a suggested movies and books where I printed off these empty areas. So I'll write the movies or books. I'll write the book title where the title goes, and then the author where the author goes. Wow. And then the movies on the little tickets. I also made a list of audiobooks, but then I realized that I had a list stashed somewhere else of even more audio or books that I want to get on audiobooks. I think I included this after I did the filming for July's video. This is going to be my unfinished art projects, so when I'm listening to an audiobook or something that I can, like, when I'm listening to an audiobook and I want to use my hands, I will have a ready list of things to go and do that is art related, so then I feel accomplished. Doubly so, because I'm listening to an audiobook and I'm making things. Then I also have my channel to-dos, because I'm trying to get better at the channels. Ooh, I'm editing the videos myself now, so I'm really sorry if the quality went down. Because my editor is also in college, she went off and got a life. I'm not saying that she didn't have a life when she was editing my videos, but she's getting busy, so I had to take on the mental myself. And then also my monthly challenges. I like to try and challenge myself every month. I say that as I currently have not succeeded in any of my monthly challenges, but hey, here's to hoping. I also have a journal or a bullet journal video checklist. So these are all the things that I need to make sure that I do in order to post a video. And then I wrote a little note to myself on how to convert the videos because that seemed to be my big issue. I am also doing another page for achievements. So I got the books again, and so then I would just write the date where the author goes, and then what it was, where the title would go, and then ideas for next month, which as you see, I've already have some ideas, or notes. And then more life goals, which I've added another life goal. I want a pretty backyard. 'Tis life goal. Yay! Originally, I was going to write it off in marker, but then this was a lot. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed. Remember to always find an excuse to write.